Hello and welcome to OctaSec. In this presentation, we dive deep into the world of penetration testing in the highest levels. We understand how we plan, develop tools, customize personal tools, and it's 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 for all those who leave this field and want to go to another level. I will do one for just beginners shortly, and not only to use tools but also to build them. And let's start. Um, okay, so the purpose here is to give you a total look for professional red teaming and penetration testing and ethical hackers, how to work on infrastructure and hierarchy of tools, develop plugins, implementing CI and CD and reports and professional ethics. And we look how do we become from technical attackers to fully cyber solution developer. Okay. Okay. Every PT start with collecting data, recon, and then for discovery and foothold, to map the attack surface, and of course attack, lateral movement, and in the and the most hard part and the last part is building the report and fixing what is broken and not broken, but fixing wrong configuration, bad practices, and maybe to educate the SIM staff. And okay, tool categorizations. Okay, we need to understand the categories, the main categories of the tools that we got. We got the OSINT for forensic scan tools, data collection from the observable network, scan tools, forensic checks for website, exploiting systems, post exploitation, data forensic and incident response tooling to automate in CI and CD tools. Okay, next. When we develop cyber tools, it's very important to choose the right language. Python, it's very easy for quick development, and also Go and Rest when you need high performance or binary file. It's easy to distribute, and bash files to infect existing components. We also use in Docker and PI installer to wrap the tools in a clean and secure way. Okay, so now a good tool is not only working; it's also not a working tool. It's also a tool that you can examine and test and maintain. You need to be modular with a very detailed logs. You need to run it a dry run as default, and after that you need to make automated tools for integration testing to know that this tool will only work not only in the lab environment, and also in the field. Okay, we need something that works, not something that we can only test. Okay, so One of the common mistakes is to run tests outside the control environment, and it's a very bad test. You need to run it in a lab environment, see that it's working, and then after that, work with it in the field. Okay, you never attack without the agreement, and you need to have a legal agreement to engagement and your boundary lines and what you should do and what you should not do. And you need to work on isolated VLAN and use snap tools and logging to reconstruct every step. It's the basic for being a professional, and also to know how to, if you cause any harm. And our first thing, like a doctor, do not do harm, is to fix what you broken, if you broken something. And okay, um, cyber intelligence is a tool like Meltego, Snipesys, Snowden, and Spiderfoot allow you to understand what really been exposed to the internet. The purpose is to automate and to collect and to enrich and categorize and analysis your report, or not only IP list or just a tool list, real understanding of the organization, understanding how it works, and understanding how you can break it. Um, okay. Recon and enrichment and recon and enrichment skeleton. Okay, so we see how we build a script that get asset list, enrich them to a API of Snowden or Snipesys, and pushed out uniform JSON. It's the easiest way to build your own pipeline and and make it custom for your customers. We use the MS Scan to high speed discovery, and Nmap for intersection scale, and Nmap for deep and concentrated and very precise. You can check with Nmap to see which kind of breach do you have, what kind of weaknesses there is in the system. And this phase is the core of any test, to know which port, which version, what we are attacking, what is the weaknesses of this system, and so on. Okay. Timing is important, not more than not less than the tool stuff, even sometimes more important than the tool stuff. A more aggressive, too much aggressive scan can knock out servers. It can cause DDoS or DOS. You need to always work in a very moderated pace, and to set yourself with the flags in the environment. It's the real difference between amateur and a professional, and you don't want to raise any red flag. But let's get serious. In the first time, in the first steps of PT, you want to raise a red flag. You want to see if the SOC team responds to you. You want to see if something happened. You want to see red flags. You want to know that the SIEM tools is really responding to your attacks, and it's also let you know that everything is working right, and the SOC team is really noticing you, and everything happen as it should be. Okay. Let's go to web application testing. Web application testing, it's a whole form in itself. You have Suite and Offset and Zap, and it's the main tools. But the real challenge is understanding the business and not only know how to identify breaches and log these breaches, not only technical. And if you work on fuzzing and SSRF and GWT and SSO, so you were testing the flow and see if you can inject something to automation, and you have a service and server side repository and logic flow. And okay, Burp Suite allow you to write plugins and through JSON or Python, so you can create your own scanners and develop them to personally tailor to you, and check exactly the things that you want to check, not only what the tools dictated. If you want to test very specified web, or you want to create your own tools to break into very specific and tailor website or things that could be the right way for you to do it. Exploiting and ethics and self-execution, and this is where your responsibility start. In 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 PT, you don't break the system, you demonstrate, and you need to have this kind of exploiting tools that maybe do only, give you like some kind of proof of concept. Not, you don't need to break the system, and you don't need to make a backdoor or change the code or do something drastic. Just you need to prove that you are there, and you did it. And all explosion tools need to have a code review and run not only in a POC situation. You need a full documentation that you will need also for your report later. And you need the tools to write a log to show, maybe put a flag there or something like that that really does it. And okay, after the exploitation, in this stage, we're not really attacking. We just emulate the attacker, and we check what you can do with the access that you get. You collect evidence, and you show the customer the the implementation, but without destroying anything, and without um, get him, to stop the system. And to build a real tool, you need to think like a software engineer, and you need to separate between the data layers, the plugins, the engine, and the API, so you can elaborate without breaking the tool. To every plugin, you need to know how to communicate with the core, and to how to report and to run and instance. It's the standard that for reporting, and that's how you created a whole system that grows with you and for a long time. And to use click and aggressive SLI logging and dynamic plugging. And you also, example for a code, you need to use the click on with Python or SLI, or just a tool that log dynamic plugging. It's a great way to build a base for big project. And if you got the Python skeleton and the CPI, the plugin loader, also combined together, it's a great way to write a program. And okay, standardizing outputs with JSON on NJSON is a great tool to enrich your environment. And when all your tools writing in uniform JSON, you can connect data across and um, make uh, find out new things that you didn't see before. Untested tool is a dangerous tool, and you need to do proper testing with Python, with Docker components for real environment fuzzing for files or parsers, uh, and use it to avoid crashes and not killing your customer. CDI and CD for pen testing tools is released. When you release a cyber tool, you need to work with CD and CD like a real project and use the GitLab or GitHub action for static analysis, automatic testing, digital signature, and everything that you need for this to work properly. Packaging and distribution. We are only publish only a signature version with a cost sum to a secure repository, a tool that you can verify, and a tool that you cannot verify is a security leak by himself. Observability and telemetry to observe, and it's very important, and only if you got the client's consent, and to collect logs and measurement locally, and of course do not pass them to anybody without the organization consent. Performance and scaling. Don't write a tool that completely shut down a server, and plan rate limitation and manage quantity and control resources. And performance are important, but stability is before all. And okay, the purpose of the testing is to better the defenses, not to bypass them. Capture what being catch by the IDS, EDR, and learn from that. And share it with the team for the defense. It's adding a real value, and see if somebody in the SOC team caught it, and it's really important. Okay, reporting. Reporting is the final product that you get. Prepare a technical version, elaborate technical version, also management versions that translate the exposure to a business language. A good report is driving change, and we need the change to be, you don't only need to prove that you're a great hacker and you can break the system or penetrate the system or get admin rights. It's also know what you attacked, what was the explosion vectors, and how you can close them, how you can give a real value to the team and close the gaps, and really and really give them a added value that really it's really stand you apart from normal pen tester. And integrated with the blue team, and integrate your file into the SIEM, and make sure that that the fix that you make and the implementation that you gave to the team really works. Try to, you can get a full circle from attacking to fixing and verification that your fixing is work. And okay, thank you. And if you like what you see and you like to see more, click subscribe and see you in the next one. Have a great day.